There's a moment before sunrise when the world is silent, when excuses are still asleep and doubt hasn't found its voice yet. That's where greatness begins. Not in the spotlight, not in the roar of a stadium, but in the quiet decision to do what others won't. Again and again until discipline becomes identity. Long before the trophies, before the records, before the world knew his name, there was a young boy on a small island with a dream that sounded impossible, a dream bigger than his surroundings, bigger than his circumstances, bigger than the doubts people quietly whispered when they thought he couldn't hear. He didn't just want to play football. He wanted to become undeniable. And that's where mindset is born, in the decision that average will never be enough. From the earliest days, he understood something most people spend a lifetime trying to learn. Talent might open the door, but discipline is what keeps you in the room. While others relied on natural ability, he relied on repetition. While others stopped when practice ended, he kept going until exhaustion blurred the line between effort and obsession. At the Academy of Sporting CP, he wasn't just another promising player. He was the one who stayed after training, repeating drills until the lights went out, the one who turned weaknesses into targets, the one who treated every practice like a final. Because belief isn't something you say, it's something you prove to yourself daily. Belief is waking up before everyone else. Belief is pushing when your body says stop. Belief is trusting the process when results are invisible. When he moved to Manchester United as a teenager, the world suddenly got louder. New country, new culture, bigger stage. Critics ready, expectations heavy. Many would have felt overwhelmed. Many would have played it safe. He chose transformation, hours in the gym sculpting strength, endless drills sharpening precision, studying the game with obsessive focus. He didn't just want to compete, he wanted to dominate every detail, every movement, every moment. Clarity is what separates wishful thinking from real ambition. And his clarity was simple: become the best version of himself no matter the cost. You could see it in the way he trained, in the way he demanded more from his teammates, in the way he reacted to mistakes, and not with excuses but with intensity. Because clarity fuels vision, and his vision wasn't small. He didn't dream of being remembered for a season. He dreamed of building a legacy that would echo long after the final whistle. At Real Madrid, that vision exploded into reality. Goals scored with precision, nights under the lights that felt almost mythical, records shattered not by chance but by preparation meeting opportunity. But what people saw on match day was only the surface. Behind every goal was discipline most people never witness. Ice baths when others rested, strict nutrition when others indulged, early mornings when others slept. The relentless pursuit of marginal improvement, 1% better every day. Purpose is what turns sacrifice into fuel. He wasn't chasing applause. He was chasing excellence. He wasn't trying to be better than others. He was trying to be better than yesterday. And that's the difference between temporary success and lasting greatness. Discipline became his language. Consistency became his signature. Work ethic became his competitive advantage. Then came moments that test every champion: injuries, criticism, pressure that feels suffocating, seasons where the weight of expectation feels heavier than any opponent. But resilience isn't built when things are easy. It's built when quitting feels justified, and you choose to continue anyway. Through setbacks, through doubters, through the inevitable cycles of sport, he kept showing up, training harder, recovering smarter, learning constantly. Because resilience is not just about bouncing back. It's about rising stronger with every challenge. At Juventus, he proved greatness travels. New league, new style, new tests. Same relentless standard, same hunger, same refusal to settle. And with the Portugal national team, he carried not just a jersey, but the hopes of a nation, delivering moments of leadership that defined careers and inspired millions. Learning never stopped. Even at the top, he studied, adapted, evolved. Because mastery is not a destination, it's a lifelong commitment. Gratitude kept him grounded. For the journey, for the challenges, for every opportunity to step onto the pitch and prove, once again, what relentless discipline can create. And adaptability kept him dangerous, changing his style, refining his approach, proving that greatness isn't about staying the same. It's about growing with every season of life. You begin to realize something powerful watching a journey like this. Greatness is not reserved for the chosen few. It's built by those willing to pay the price daily, quietly, relentlessly. And the truth is, The same mindset that builds a champion on the field can build a champion in life. The same discipline, the same belief, the same refusal to accept limits. Because every day gives you a choice: stay comfortable or become unstoppable. And the ones who choose growth, who choose the harder path, who choose relentless discipline, are the ones who rewrite what's possible. The difference between a dreamer and a champion is not the size of the dream, it's the willingness to suffer for it. Cristiano Ronaldo understood early that success is not comfortable. It demands more than motivation. It demands commitment when motivation fades, when fatigue whispers, when doubt creeps in like a shadow you can't ignore. There were nights when the body ached, mornings when the alarm felt heavier than ambition, moments when criticism echoed louder than praise. But discipline doesn't negotiate with comfort. It answers only to purpose. He learned to fall in love with the process, not just the result, because results are temporary. Records are meant to be broken. Applause fades. But who you become through relentless effort, that lasts forever. Watch closely and you'll see something deeper than physical ability. You'll see a mindset wired for growth. Every missed chance became feedback. Every loss became fuel. Every obstacle became proof that the journey was worth fighting for. Belief is not blind optimism. It's earned confidence built through preparation, so intense that fear loses its power. When he stepped onto the pitch, it wasn't arrogance you saw, it was certainty. The certainty that comes from thousands of unseen hours, from sacrifices no one applauded, from choosing the harder path so many times that it became the only path he knew. Clarity sharpened his focus like a blade. He knew exactly what he wanted. Not just trophies, but mastery. Not just success, but evolution. Not just recognition, but respect earned through consistency. And clarity eliminates distraction. While others chased comfort, he chased improvement. While others celebrated small wins, he reset the standard. Because once you taste progress, complacency becomes unacceptable. Vision is the ability to see beyond current limits, to imagine a version of yourself that doesn't exist yet, and then build it piece by piece. He visualized greatness long before the world witnessed it. He saw himself scoring in the biggest moments, lifting trophies, standing at the peak of the game, and then he aligned his daily actions with that vision until imagination became reality. Purpose is what makes sacrifice meaningful. Without purpose, hard work feels heavy. With purpose, even pain feels like progress. His purpose was never just personal glory. It was proving that background doesn't define destiny, that relentless effort can rewrite any story, that discipline can outwork doubt every single time. And purpose creates an internal fire that never fully goes out. That fire shows up in the smallest detail: the extra sprint, the extra rep, the extra hour of recovery, the discipline to eat right, sleep right, think right. The understanding that excellence is built in moments no one else sees. Action is where dreams either live or die. Ideas mean nothing without execution. Vision means nothing without effort. Potential means nothing without action repeated daily. He didn't wait for perfect conditions. He created momentum through movement, through consistency, through showing up whether he felt ready or not. Because action builds confidence, and confidence builds courage. But no journey worth anything is free of struggle. There were matches where nothing worked. Seasons when critics questioned whether his best days were behind him. Moments when the pressure felt relentless. When every performance felt like it carried the weight of expectation. That's where resilience becomes real. Resilience is not pretending everything is fine. It's acknowledging the challenge and refusing to be defined by it. It's standing tall when doubt surrounds you. It's pushing forward when stopping would be easier. He responded the only way he knew how, by working harder, by sharpening his focus, by proving again and again that setbacks are temporary but determination is permanent. Learning became his constant companion. He studied the game, studied his body, studied his performance, always searching for the next edge, the next improvement, the next level. Because the moment you believe you've arrived, you stop growing. And growth was never optional, it was essential. Gratitude kept his ambition grounded. Gratitude for the opportunity to compete, for the chance to inspire, for the journey itself, with all its highs and lows. Gratitude doesn't weaken ambition. It strengthens it by reminding you why you started. Adaptability ensured longevity. As the game evolved, he evolved, adjusting his style, refining his strengths, turning experience into wisdom. proving that true greatness is not static, it's dynamic, constantly evolving with time. And as the years passed, one truth became undeniable. Greatness is not a moment, it's a standard. You live by every single day. A standard built on discipline. A standard sustained by belief. A standard proven through action. Because the world doesn't reward potential, it rewards persistence. And persistence is a choice you make every morning when you decide who you're going to be. The path to greatness is never straight. It twists through doubt, climbs through adversity, and tests your resolve in ways you never expected. But that's exactly what makes it powerful. Because every obstacle becomes a mirror, reflecting who you really are when comfort disappears. There comes a point in every journey when talent alone is no longer enough, when the competition is just as skilled, just as fast, just as hungry. That's when discipline becomes your edge, the silent force that separates those who fade from those who endure. For years, he carried expectations heavier than most can imagine. Every match analyzed, every performance dissected, every mistake magnified. The world watched, judged, praised, criticized, sometimes all in the same breath. Pressure like that can break people, but pressure also reveals character. Instead of shrinking, he expanded. Instead of fearing expectations, he embraced them. He turned pressure into energy, into focus, into the fuel that pushed him beyond limits others accepted as final. Because when you stop fearing pressure, you unlock a different level of performance. One where intensity becomes clarity and challenges become opportunities. Think about the discipline required to stay at the top year after year. Not just reaching success, but maintaining it. Reinventing yourself when the game changes. Finding new motivation after. Achieving what others only dream about, that's mastery. Mastery is waking up hungry even when you've already eaten. It's chasing improvement even when you're already ahead. It's refusing to let success become comfort. There were moments when the world expected decline. When critics predicted the end of dominance, when age became the narrative people wanted to believe. But discipline doesn't recognize limits created by others. He redefined what longevity looks like. Training smarter, recovering faster, staying mentally sharp, proving that commitment to excellence can stretch boundaries far beyond expectations. And that's the lesson most people overlook. Greatness isn't about a single peak. It's about building a mountain range of achievements through consistency over time. Through every stage of the journey, learning remained constant. Because no matter how successful you become, there is always another level waiting if you're willing to evolve. Learning from victories without becoming complacent. Learning from defeats without losing confidence. Turning experience into wisdom and wisdom into better decisions. And wisdom teaches you something powerful. Success is not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. Through relentless discipline, he became more than an athlete. He became proof that mindset shapes reality. That belief backed by action can transform possibility into certainty. But even the strongest mindset needs perspective. Gratitude is what keeps ambition from turning into emptiness. It reminds you of the journey, the sacrifices, the people who supported you, the opportunities that shaped you. Gratitude turns pressure into privilege. And when you see challenges as opportunities instead of obstacles, everything changes. Fear loses its grip, doubt loses its voice, and you begin to operate from a place of purpose instead of insecurity. Adaptability then becomes your greatest advantage, because life, like sport, never stays the same. New challenges appear, new environments test your comfort zone, new expectations demand growth. The ability to adjust without losing your identity, that's true strength. He adapted his game, his training, his mindset, proving that evolution is not optional for those who want to stay great. It's essential. And with every adaptation came another reminder. Discipline is not a phase. It's a lifestyle. A lifestyle built on choices repeated daily, choosing effort over excuses, choosing focus over distraction, choosing growth over comfort. And eventually those choices compound into something extraordinary. A life defined not by circumstances, but by standards. Standards you set. Standards you protect. Standards you refuse to lower no matter how hard the journey becomes. Because at the end of the day, greatness is not measured by trophies alone. It's measured by the impact you leave, the inspiration you create, the example you set for others to follow. It's measured by the courage to dream bigger than fear and the discipline to work harder than doubt. So when you look at a journey built on relentless discipline, you begin to understand something deeper. Greatness is not reserved for a chosen few. It's available to anyone willing to commit fully, to sacrifice consistently, to believe relentlessly. And that realization changes everything, because suddenly excuses lose their power, limits feel temporary, and the path forward becomes clear. Show up, work hard, stay focused, and never stop evolving. The truth is simple but powerful. You don't become unstoppable overnight. You become unstoppable by refusing to stop, by choosing discipline when motivation fades, by choosing courage when fear appears, by choosing growth when comfort calls you back. And when you live like that long enough, something incredible happens. You stop chasing greatness, and you start embodying it. So ask yourself, what standard are you willing to live by? What version of yourself are you willing to fight for? What dream is worth the sacrifice required to make it real? Because the answer to those questions determines everything that follows. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need approval. You don't need certainty. You only need the decision to begin and the discipline to continue. And if you're ready to take control of your mindset, to build habits that shape your future, to step into the strongest version of yourself, then make that decision today. Subscribe now and join a community committed to growth, resilience, and relentless discipline, because your transformation starts the moment you decide you refuse to lose.